Here we are going to see how to create and use lambda expression of Python. So let's start. Open your Jupyter notebook. Here lambda functions are similar to user-defined functions but without a name. I'm going to show you first a simple function. So we have to use the def keyword, then function name, then I'm going to use argument list, here colon, then I'm going to use a return keyword and a plus b. Shift enter. Then we are going to call this function by function name, that is sum, and passing two values 1 and 2. Simple. Shift enter. I'm going to save this inside an R as I've seen it's returning a value. Then I'm going to print the R value. Then we can shift and enter and run this cell. So here you can see 3 is the output. Here def keyword, sum function name, and these are the argument list. And here I'm calling the function with function name, passing 1 to A and 2 to B, which returns some value which is stored in R, and then we are printing R. So here is the output 3. Now let's define the lambda function here. So lambda is a keyword. We are going to use this syntax. So lambda keyword, then pass the arguments a comma b and a plus b. We don't have to use a return keyword, as by default lambda returns a value. Here is my lambda expression. So let's give a variable. This will act as a function name. This is a variable which will be used as a function name. So here let's continue and run the cell. Now let's call the lambda function by using the variable sum, which will act as a function name for that lambda expression. So let's use the variable, then pass the values. Store it inside a variable and then print the variable. As you can see, my normal function is same as my lambda function. And then R. Shift enter. As you can see, 3 is the output. Here this is a variable which acts as the lambda expression. We are storing 1 and 2 here, and then 1 plus 2 implementation. Here we are accessing the lambda by using the sum and returning a value in R and printing the R. Now let's see what happens. Let's take another example actually. Let me just print. Lambda is a keyword, as you know. I'm going to take a variable x. I'm just going to multiply that x. And now let me show you, if I print the lambda expression, what will be the output. Actually, I'm going to get a function. If I run this code here, function, we have created a lambda function at a memory block. So we need a variable for accessing that function, which will act as a function name. We can use anything. I'm going x, normal x. So x is the function name of a lambda for accessing the lambda function, and then we can pass value. As you can see, I have only one variable, so I'm going to give only one value. This 3 will be submitted to x. So 3 into 3, 9. This is the output. This is a lambda expression. This is how we create a lambda expression. So here we have created lambda expression, a simple function. And then in next lecture, we are going to see filter and map, which are common lambda functions.